Managing your time. Now, you've heard people say the importance of drawing up a timetable. I want just to draw to your attention just for a moment, why should you bother drawing up a timetable? It's because you want to decide who controls your attention. Remember, there's a lot of people vying for your attention. Record companies, for example, are constantly vying for your attention. TV stations and music TV stations are looking for your attention. Media of all sorts is looking for your attention in return for your cash. Friends are looking for your attention in return for your company. The idea behind the timetable is simply not to deny yourself all these things, but for you to take control of your life and take control of what you're giving your attention to and when. Now, when you come to your study, before you begin your study in the evening, we say, make a list. Always make a list. And be specific about the list of what it is that you're going to study. That list should definitely be in the form of a question and should definitely answer the question, what is it that you want to achieve in the next 20 minutes? It's very important to make a list. It will take time, at least initially, to do out a list, but get into the habit of doing it. Because if you make a list, you can check off and see you have achieved what you set out to in the first place. And if you haven't fully succeeded, you can put that item on the list to your next day's study or next evening's study. Work against the clock. We'd ask you to work against the clock constantly when you study. Now, not put yourself under pressure, but allocate a set amount of time for each piece of study. Why? Because you're working against the clock in an exam. That's what you're preparing for. So replicate the conditions as much as possible for the actual exam. The other reason why you should work against the clock is it gets you focused and it gets you your attention for longer on a particular piece of study. It's a good way of keeping your attention going. Incidentally, I would say another thing about prioritizing your items of study. Earlier you saw the Leaving Cert point system. A student came to me during the year, this is another second story I'm going to tell you about a student who came to me during the year, and his parents felt that he was working very hard. And when I sat down with the student, I discovered, yes, he was working very hard, but he prioritized his best 4 subjects, and he wanted to move from something like a B1 to an A2. Now that's a difficult task. Remember, the Leaving Cert assesses you on 6 subjects, and so we discovered that it would probably be actually easier if he gave a little more attention to his 5th and 6th strongest and preferenced subject in order to move from a D1 to a C3. Same gain, less effort. Just be aware that you are measured over 6 subjects, not over your best 2 or 3. And your list of study items should definitely reflect that. Lastly on this, take breaks. Very important to take breaks because psychologists now have discovered that we can't concentrate for more than an hour. Your mind is going to wander anyway. So why not take breaks? Watch that the breaks are not too long. One other thing about a break we'd recommend is move away from your place of study. Link the place of study with study in your subconscious mind. Get away from it and move somewhere else. And watch TV for a short while or text a friend for a short while, but move out of your place of study and keep that place strictly associated with study. So when you sit down in the study chair at your desk, you're automatically moving into study mode.